טליה, שומעים אותי? כן? יופי, בוקר טוב. תסגרו בבית את המיקרופונים כי שומעים רעשי בית. יש לנו בוקר טוב לחיפאיות. אהלן?
לא חסר בסדר, חיים את זה.
כן.
למציאות סידור.
אוקיי. אז יש לי זיקוף. קחו לכם כמה רגעים להרגיש את כוח המשיכה. ומכוח המשיכה לצמוח כלפי מעלה. תגלגלו כתפיים לאחור. תצמידו כפות ידיים לפני החזה. עצמו עיניים. תרפו את הגרון והלשון. אל תעצרו את עצמכם, אלא תמשיכו לעבוד בין הכיוון של שחרור הטרפז, הריכוך של הבטן, הגרון, ובין הכיוון השני של המתיחה, ההזדקפות, הרמה של עמוד השדרה, בלי להזדהות, לא עם הכיוון הזה ולא עם הכיוון הזה, אלא להישאר בתווך. אתם לא הרמה, אתם לא השחרור. אתם מנהלים את הרמה והשחרור ומתבוננים בשני הכיוונים. מתבוננים ומתבוננות. כך שיש לכם את הזכות ללטש, לתקן, לכוונן. Chittasya Valena Vacham Maram Sharirasya Chavalyakena Yoga Kautam Vavamuninam Patanjali Panjalirana-tosmi Shakaram Shankar-chakra-siddharinam Sahasra-shirasam shvetam Pranamami Patanjali Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Hari Om. תשבו והרכינו את הראש. תניחו את הידיים על הירכיים, פיקחו את העיניים, תרימו את הראש, ובשיעור שעבר דיברנו, אני לא צריכה באנגלית, בשיעור שעבר דיברנו על הסמיתה, שהיא גם מופיעה כקלשה, כמקור, Hi Luisa, okay. Last class we talked about asmita, which is also a klesha, one of the roots of the sorrow, one of the affliction in our psychic somatic system. And at the same time, asmita is also the only key for us to develop ourselves and to get moksha, to be released. So it has two roles, asmita. When we practice asanas, you know, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, he's not talking much about asanas. It is an even part of Ashtanga Yoga. It's our Guru, Guruji, that took that limb, that aspect of Ashtanga Yoga, because he understood that only through the body action we can understand ourselves. It's an exploration. Asana is an exploration, but it cannot stand by itself. So our Guru emphasized also Maitri, Karuna, Upeksha, Mudita, okay? These aspects of observing the surrounding, not being, because we can always choose to work ourselves, we can become easily narcissists by practicing only asanas, okay? Only asanas. And some people can fall to this trap. So we have to take or observe the whole picture by Patanjali and by the Guru, the one who translated Patanjali to us as a practice or a program that we have to hold in our life. So there is no asana practice without Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, and Upeksha. There is no practice of asana without helping, without understanding the therapy aspect. This is why Iyengar Yoga has the therapy classes, yoga therapy, medical classes, and we all touch people, help people, do for others as much as we can. Okay? I don't think that there is one serious teacher or practitioner, one we can be inspired by, that has nothing to do with yoga therapy. No, okay? Yoga therapy become part of our life. As those who are helping I would even say generosity. Yeah, with generosity. We have to share. We have something which we feel good with, we have to share. Okay, we have to share. So the medical classes, the yoga therapy is something that we share with others by knowledge, by touch, by support, by pull, by expanding, by twisting, whatever. Okay, but even if we don't think about it, this is not the first motivation, it becomes absolutely the motivation. So I will just start from reading from the core of yoga. So don't think that we practice asana just to improve ourselves. We practice asana, as Guruji explained, to become more alert, to be alert, to be able to observe. We have to be clean inside. We have to be light inside. If we have toxins, if we are heavy, if we have lots of desires, if we cannot take this hour 2 hours, 1.5 hours for our own practice, okay, it is because we are not pure from inside. Okay, so it's a process. For beginners, they come to yoga because they want to be more flexible, they want to get rid from a back problem, from pains, whatever. But nobody stays in yoga because once your back pain left you, great, you can do other things. You don't have to stay in yoga. Some of them really quit. They finished and they go to jogging, to do other things, or to do nothing as well. But those who are stay, when we see each other, the more mature students, we know that we are not here for back pain, we are not here for more flexibility. No, and we have something in common, all of us. Okay, we joined the club from one reason, but we are in the club for different reasons. We want to get spiritual maturity more than physical maturity. So, what Guruji said, he said, the feeling of asmita is the result of conjunction of the seen with the seer, הרואה והנצפה. ההצלבה בין זה שרואה, זה שמתבונן, לבין מה שנצפה. But this conjunction is definitely essential in order to know the reality of the seer. בעצם אנחנו רוצים ללמוד על המתבונן יותר מאשר על מה שהוא רואה. אוקיי? על המתבונן. כרגע, okay, let's compare it to a photographer and the model or the object of photography, and us as we observe the final result. We observe the photos. We observe the photos, we see what the photographer saw. But once you see many photos, you start to be curious about the photographer. You ask yourself about the photographer because you can see also something from the photographer in the photos. The model can be beautiful, or the tiger from the sanctuary is amazing. But we start to learn about the photographer more than the objects in the photograph. So it's the same in our life. Okay, what we see the photos. We see the photos. Okay, but we want to know more about the photographer. The objects themselves, for example, if we have model, if Merav will take a photo of Maya, Maya can see Merav, right? Maya can model for Merav. Merav can give her instructions and Maya will do according to the instructions. When I will see the photos, I will not see Merav. I will see Maya, but Maya has a direct communication with Merav and Merav has direct communication with Maya. For me, it's a different story. Okay, I have to develop a different way of observation to learn who is Merav. What is the motivation, the ideas of Merav, the artist inhabitants of Merav. So finally, Maya, I like you very much, you know. I will leave Maya and I'll start to be interested more in Merav. Okay, Merav is the mind. Maya is the action. Okay, the links of action.
And you are the Buddhi?
And I am the observer. Buddhi is not the observer.
No?
Buddhi is just part of the observer, is higher. Okay, Buddhi is just part of manas, ahamkara. Okay, Buddhi, they make the chitta. The seer is in the chitta. It is more than Buddhi, more than ahamkara, and more than manas. Okay, let's say that Buddhi can be also in merav. But sometimes when you start to react, maybe she's taking your photo for a long time, and also you can have the Buddhi in yourself, and you can interconnect between yourself. But the seer is much higher than those two limbs. Okay, but we have through these limbs, through ahamkara, through manas, and through Buddhi, understand the chitta. Okay, and the chitta has the seer.
הסיר זה סוג של מתווך בין
לא, הוא לא מתווך, הוא מתבונן.
הוא מתבונן, אבל לא, הוא מתווך בין משהו שאי אפשר לתווך בינו, אבל בין, הוא הכי קרוב לפירוש.
And the seer is, Merav is absolutely
הוא
right.
מנסה ללמוד, הוא לא יגיע לשם, אבל הוא מנסה ללמוד גם את הפירוש.
The seer can give you the experience of Purusha, because Purusha is unseen. You can't see. Actually, it's not an object. Yeah, you cannot see Purusha, but you can experience, you can perceive Purusha if you are getting the seer. Some people say that the seer and Purusha are the same, but as a dualist system, it's hard to say that part of us can be Purusha. So let's say it's very close to Purusha, and it can, when we silence all the other parts in ourselves, and only the seer is there, okay, we can perceive Purusha. Something different can happen in our reality. So it's a self-reality. Okay, so let's start. So take a block, take a belt. No. You never know when you will get it. You can get it in a very intense action, and you can get it in a very undoing situation. So take a block, take a belt. Just another sutra to finish while you are tying the belt. I will show you what to do. Okay. Hold the block between your heels. So everything that we use, like blocks, belts, okay, our own limbs, it's just to understand. First of all, we should understand the nature. As you know, in Light on Life, the last book, almost the last book by Guruji, but it's the last book in the series of the lights. Light on Yoga, Light on Pranayama, Light on Yoga Sutra, and Light on Life, right? There are 4 books of light, which Guruji left for us. So at the last one, he's not giving any technique, almost. Just at the end of the book, he's more talking about the koshas, the material or the fabrics of yoga, okay, the koshas, and I'll show how we, through the kosha, can learn. So you do now Uttanasana, okay, hold the block, spread the toes. So the more you are pressing the heel, this is why you have to tighten the belt, The more you are pressing the block and tighten the belt, how much you can feel behind the kneecaps, behind your quadricep muscle, behind the femur bone. So you are pushing yourself, your sensitivity, to the back of the back. Okay, so stay there. If you're bored, you can interlock the fingers behind your back and stretch the arms in Paschimottanasana. So the sutra says it's 423. 423. Mistaking the knowledge, consciousness as the sphere and considering it to be all comprehending is an elusive knowledge. This sutra explains how the egoist asmita creates deep affliction. הסמיתה יכולה ליצור הפרעות עמוקות מאוד. למה? כי אנחנו מבלבלים בין מה שאנחנו יודעים, זה חלק מהתודעה. התודעה שלנו סופגת את מה שאנחנו יודעים. ואנחנו חושבים שמה שאנחנו יודעים זה המתבונן. What we know or we think we know, what our knowable consciousness knows is not the seer. If we think this is the seer, we will be under elusive knowledge. So this we should not disturb the healthy functioning of consciousness. So asmita should be there to discriminate what we know and what we don't know. What we don't know, we have to learn. This is why we need to change avidya into vidya. So now you're holding the block back to our, okay, you can interlock the fingers behind your back, but first pull the shoulders back, תמשכו את הכתפיים אחורה. Pull the shoulders back as strong as you can, away from the ears. Away from the ears. Don't lift the arms yet. Now, when you are pulling the shoulders back away from the ears, exhale and pull down the muscles of the spine. Spine down, not shoulders. Spine down. Shoulders away from the ears. Release the neck. Now exhale and take the arms over the head without allowing the shoulders to fall. Shoulders away from the ears. So how much? You have to press the femur bones into the hip socket. Shoulders away from the ears. הכתפיים נופלים, בעיקר הכתף השמאלית שלך. Now inhale and pull yourself up. Pull yourself up. So again, change the interlock of the fingers. Now stay. Paschimottanasana. Okay, in Tadasana. Press the heels. Press the heels. Now take the shoulders first away from the ears. Don't pull it down. Don't pull it down. Even bend the elbows. What you should not do when you are doing Uttanasana, Paschimottanasana, but here you have to bend the elbows and first roll the shoulders back, not down. Then straighten the arms. So lift now the spinal muscles will change the direction. Lift them up. Then exhale. Paschimottanasana in Uttanasana. Come down. Shoulders up. Spinal muscles down. Pull them. They will not fall by themselves. Lift the shoulders. And then finally, take the arms toward the head side. Arms toward the head side. Not shoulders. Hold the shoulders. As you are holding the feet, the heels, the ankles, also the shoulders should be head. Now pull the shoulders back. Inhale and come up. Okay, press the heels down. Press the heels down and walk forward to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk forward to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Don't allow the heels to be lifted. Take the block down with your heels. Lift the top thighs. Connect the femur bones into the socket. And then if you can, walk forward furthermore. Walk forward with the palms furthermore. Heels down. Heels down. So when you are pressing the heels down, aren't you taking the shoulders, shoulder blades up and toward the thighs? You have to use that fragment. Shoulders, shoulder blades, you have to lift up. Thighs back. You have to resist with the legs. Okay, the first action we do is to bend the legs when we want to stretch the spine. So resisting with the legs is not bending the legs. Now walk with the palms toward the feet. Walk with the palms toward the feet. Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Inhale and come. So easily we lose that action between the femur bone and the hip bone. Okay? אנחנו מהר מאוד, אנחנו משתמשים בגמישות שלנו, it's for our flexibility. We want to press, to come back. Okay, we know that we have to lift the femur bones, we have to lift the hip socket, we have to lock there to arrest, and then stretch the spine. The moment we stretch the spine, we start to feel how much we have to resist with the leg. Okay, for beginners, that resisting creates pain, they don't want pain. Okay, so they bend the leg. But let's do the other side. Let's bend the leg. Do the pose without. Do the pose. So now we must learn how to work with the legs, arms, and spine together. So bend the knees and stretch the spine down. Stretch the spine down. So now no resistance of the legs. No resistance of the legs. You are bending the knees. You don't have to worry about the resistance, but still connect. The top thighs should be well connected to the hip socket. You have to resist with the elbows more than with the legs now, because the body weight is shifted toward the palm side, arm side. So nicely resist with the elbows. Now, straighten the legs. Push the legs back. Push the legs back. So it's easier with the elbows now. The body weight is being pulled toward the leg side. No heaviness at the elbows. But it's not the elbows, it's the arms that you have to stretch. Lift the arms. Don't move with the arms, but yes, move from the armpits. Armpits should move. Open them. Like in Shirshasana. In Shirshasana, you move with the armpits, aren't you? But to move with the armpits, you really have to stabilize, to move your elbows and arms. Okay, now take the belt and the block again and put the belt and the block under your heels. Between your knees, sorry. Between your knees. Heels. No bottom. Same as you did before. Between your heels and tie. Tie. So you are heavy. Okay. You are heavy at the edges of the legs, which usually are light if we compare the feet, the heels, and the ankles to the Thighs are much heavier. Okay, buttocks are much heavier. This is the heaviest bend in our body. Thigh and buttock. Thigh and buttock. Okay, now do Adho Mukha Svanasana. Once more. Walk forward. And keep the heels down. Press the block down. Block down, lift the thighs. Lift the thighs and push the flesh of the front thigh back. Lift. Where the thigh muscle, the outer femur bone and the hip socket connect, at that part, you have to discriminate. At that part, lift and push back toward the heels. So, if we look at the bones, the hardest part to push back at the thigh bone is the bottom of the thigh bone. Just above the knee. That part has to move back strongly and heels down. Okay. Okay, so just a direct action of the bone, of the femur bone. At the bottom femur bone, push back. Push back. And press the heels down. Now try to walk even further more with your legs. Now it's harder for the shoulders to move away from the ears. Okay, you are challenging shoulder part. Lift the shoulders, but still walk forward. Remember, but heels down, heels down. Press the heels down. Take the bottom femur bone back strongly. Now stretch the spine down. You can bend slightly your knees now. Bend slightly your knees. Resist more at the top thighs and stretch the spine down. Then straighten your knees. Then straighten your knees. Good. Now walk in. Walk in. Okay, we are going to do Jatara Parivartanasana. So when we do it, let's all do, even ladies in period, because the first Jatara Parivartanasana will be with knees bent, and you take the knees 90 degrees to the pelvis. Okay, only to challenge the trunk to roll. Stretch the left arm and roll the back down to the floor. So left side of the ribs down and right side of the rib up. So work from the back now, not from the abdomen. This is why it is quite safety for ladies in their period. You work from the back more than to the abdomen. We also give it as a therapy action for lower back pain. We work from the back. It's not the abdomen. Knees are going all the way down to the floor. Now come back. Okay, and change the other side. So knees in line with the hip socket. Stretch the right arm and roll only the back. Just zigzag, roll the back, right side of the back down, left side of the back up. Keep the 90-degree angle between the shin and the thigh. Extend just the back. Don't think about the abdomen. Work from your back. Spinal muscles, paraspinal muscles, latissimus dorsi, serratus. Okay, all the muscles around the shoulder blades. And then come to the center. Okay, you can feel the muscles, you work, you squeeze the muscles of the back. It was a back action, Okay, now we're going to bend the knees and take the knee to the right elbow or even right armpit. Okay, think about the right armpit. Take the knees toward the right armpit and then stretch. So now you have to roll the abdomen, not for ladies in period, ladies in period. So ladies in period, do the first one. Knees on the floor, 90 degrees. In line with the pelvis. For the rest, now you are not only working with your back, but also with the abdomen. So now you are not touching, knees in the air. But knees should be pointing toward the armpit. Okay, armpit. So sharpen that angle. It should be very sharp. And then come to the center. Now the other side. So knees toward the left armpit. Make a sharp angle. Left armpit. Left armpit. And stretch the right arm. Turn the abdomen. Now come back to the center. Okay, so you can feel that now the question is how much you take the femur bone into the socket when you sharpen the angle. So imagine now you're going to do it with straight legs, and take the knees toward the armpits and feet almost touching the right calf. So menstruating ladies, Supta Padangushtasana 2. Supta Padangushtasana 2. So take. And the left arm should pull the back. Pull the back. Then come to the center. Stretch the arms. Then move a little bit with the pelvis to the right side so you will not lean on the trochanter, on the femur bone neck, and take the legs towards the left side. So don't think about the feet. Feet are light. Push the knees toward the armpit. The knees toward the armpit. And take the legs almost all the way down. The moment you are lifting the right side, come up with your legs and press nicely the right shoulder, stretch the right arm, and stretch the back toward the right side. So back should be like a platform for the abdomen to move on. Now come up. Bend the legs. Ladies in period, continue with Supta Padangushtasana. And on the rest, again, use that block and bend. Strongly. Okay, we're going to do Jattara Parivartanasana, holding the block. We are going to take the legs. Now you have to press the block. It's easy now to understand how much you have to resist with the right leg. Right leg has to push the block toward the left side, stretch the left arm, and then take the legs. Lower as possible, but don't fall down. challenge yourself and use the back. Don't think only from the abdomen. Stretch the left arm, rotate the back to touch the floor, and take the legs down. Don't turn the head. Inhale and come up. Okay, the mastoid bones behind your ears should stay parallel, even on the floor. Don't use the neck to resist. Stretch the arms. Now you're going to do it to the left side. So push the block with the left heel, and stretch the right arm. Open, spread out your back, and turn the abdomen left to right, left to right. Then inhale and come up. Stretch the legs. Yeah, you can bend for a second. Keep this block between the heels. Roll the shoulders down. Exhale completely, and then one more cycle. Stretch the legs and take the legs to the right side. Push the block toward the left side to resist. Exhale, stretch the arm to open the back. That's a platform. The platform doesn't know what is going on it. It's just a platform, a construction. Now come up. The other side. So learn more about resistance. Explore more about the way you resist. Now press the block from the left to the right and stretch the right arm. The back is not resisting. The back is just a platform. Like the floor, doesn't change. Take the legs down. Now inhale, come up and stretch the legs, bend the legs, and come up. You know, when we look at dogs, we see dogs were being engineered years ago for the man need. So some of them became hunting dogs. They bring the poor animals to the hunters. They are looking for rabbits into the tunnels. Some of them, they engineered to be guards. They are very strong. Some of them to attack. Okay, some of them to attack. So we see different parts of dogs for different. Now we have those little dogs who are not cushions. Yeah, like cushions, or like Natalie's dog. It has no function. Okay, just to hold, just to like Japanese dogs are like dolls, little dolls to play with, to love, just to love. It's not so bad, to engineer something just to love. But we are engineering ourselves for different functions as well. And we have those core muscles in our body, in a core muscle. But you know, physically the body, like for example, sit in a Baddha-Konasana. You can sit on your block. So the moment you bend the legs to the sides in Baddha-Konasana, you work with the from the psoas. Shrira psoas, okay? The psoas, major and psoas minor. The moment we do this, they work as pulley. We take the legs down and they are lifted up. It's a pulley. Okay, of course, we need to tighten the buttocks. Those who are weak at the whole body will find it difficult to use the functional anatomical, mechanical, let's say mechanical, because pulley is mechanical, גלגלת. ברגע שאנחנו מורידים את הרגליים, אנחנו עובדים על הפסוס. אבל ברגע שאנחנו מתנגדים, when we resist with the knees, other muscles has to work to lift. Core muscle has to work, like in, let's do Paripurnana. So if you watch beginners or even yourself, when you do Urdhva Dhanurasana, knees always want to come up. And we have to tell, don't take the knees up. Keep the knees parallel. Sometimes we put belts on the knees. Even now, if you put belts around the knees, just above the knee, do not allow the knees to move away. It's easier to hold, or maybe we feel more at the top thighs, right? If you are slightly bending the knee, better to put the belt close to the knees, but at the shin bone part, top shin bone. So we can use the belt to avoid working instinctively. You see? But what about doing the pose with a block between the heels? So there is a spreading out action. We spread the legs out, but not at the knees, but at the feet. And we learn to keep the legs parallel, like in Jatara Parivartanasana. So you explore and see how those ties. This is showing that you have the tendency to work mainly from the psoas, but there are other. It's a cliche, huh? Okay, I'll give you another one. I didn't plan to do it, but if you do Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, okay, hold. It's nice. In Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, it's quite nice to hold. And you have time to digest and to understand that parallelity of the thigh bone. And the knee deserves that parallelity sensation. But now when you are arresting the heels, you can feel that thigh bones better. Now from here, come to Paripurnana and try to lift the table. Lift the table. And then back to Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. כי את מפעילה עכשיו שרירים אחרים. מירב asked why it is more difficult. No, it's not the weight. The weight helps you to work with deeper. You are tuning. We are not like the doctor or the physiotherapist used to say, You have to strengthen the core, the core muscles. It's not strengthening, but it's balancing the core muscles with the other muscles. So do a few times. Now your thighs have to work, and the connection, feel the connection between the femur bone, the connection, when we want to connect, we talked about it last class. The connection is to lift the femur bone into the socket. This is how we connect. So we all a little bit allowing the femur bone to fall down as the thigh bone, the thigh muscles weaken. Maybe aging, maybe not working. But here, how much you have to explore how the connection is important to balance the core muscles with the other muscles. So from time to time, you have to do it. Okay, Guruji expected us to do Janu Shirshasana, Triangle Mukha Paschimottanasana, Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana, and read. He said these 4 poses are meant to improve the ability to grip the legs in Paschimottanasana. Because they work on the back. And he said, after a while, when you do better Paschimottanasana, you can stop doing them every day. You need them every day. Yes, he expected them for a while to do them every day. And then check according to Paschimottanasana if you need it. So some things we have to repeat. So take a project of exploring, and then learn. Then you will know what you have to strengthen, what do you have to balance. Maya. Okay? הידיים נשארות לצד הישבן. אל תיקחו את הידיים אחורה עכשיו. Okay, then one more time. Lie back, stretch the legs up. Ladies in period, you can do Prasarita Padottanasana now. Prasarita Padottanasana. Now, last Paripurna Navasana. Once more from Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Hold and lift. מיצקי, שערי יותר, את צריכה להוריד את הרצועה הזאת לקרסוליים. היא גבוהה מדי. Good. So lift the table. Okay. זה משתפר מה שאנחנו לומדים לרמות. And come down. Okay, now go to the wall. Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. Ladies in period, you can do Prasarita Padottanasana and Parashvattanasana. All the rest. Now lift yourself. It will be easy now because the legs are so full. Yeah. יש לך בחילה או רק סרחון? תשימי את התנוחה ותקחי את הראש ממש קדימה. לא, תסתכלי ממש קדימה. ממש קדימה ולמעלה. Okay, as you take the head forward, press your knuckles strongly down. Knuckles down, head forward. Now, push the armpits and take the head down. The crown of the head to the floor. Crown of the head to the floor. Strong arms. Now come down. Uttanasana, or turn to the other side, interlock the fingers behind your back to Uttanasana Paschima. Badangulyasana in Uttanasana. Don't bring the palms to touch, but they should also move, shouldn't move away. Bring the wrists closer and roll the shoulders away from the ears. So now you are connected to the back of the shoulder. No, palms up. את לוקחת את הידיים מהר מדי מעבר לראש, ואז את לא מתחברת לחלק האחורי של הכתפיים. אוקיי, כמה? פעם השם. עכשיו יש לך צורות של כמה? מירב, come here. תעמדי מהצד. Okay. So first, it's a resistance. You interlock the finger to roll the shoulders back toward the buttocks and the head down. Release the head. So we understand exactly where the muscles of the neck start and they move down, and where the muscles of the shoulders resist. Okay, then I hope you can see. You have to start to take the spinal muscles down. Spinal muscles down. Not the shoulders, but spinal muscles down. Once you came down from the spinal muscles, not from the shoulders, then take the arm. It's more the arms than the palms toward the head side. But keep the shoulders away. Okay? Let's do. Ladies in period, you can do that with the buttocks on the wall. Okay, if the buttocks are on the wall, you can do the same. So shoulders away, release the neck, take the spinal muscles down, and then only the arms toward the head side, not the shoulders. Okay, do it. So spread your legs, roll the shoulders back. Uttanasana. The first action, pull the shoulders away from the head. Shoulders back, even take the arms back. Okay, and release the neck. Release the neck and the head. Now, take the spinal muscles back. Spinal muscles, not the shoulders, not the arms, only from the spinal muscles down. Okay, now you can take the arms toward the head, not the shoulders, the arms toward the head. Pull the shoulders back, inhale and come. נופר, את יכולה לעשות את זה עם הישבן לקיר, ואחר כך תחזרי לפרשווטנאסנה. אוקיי? ישבן לקיר. אוקיי? ילד במחזור. Do the other side. כן. The other side. Change the interlock of your fingers. והנה קודם הידיים אחור. והנה תתחילי כשהידיים לאחור. בדיוק. אפילו עוד. זה. Okay, so first, palms back, shoulders back. Okay, so you can discriminate. You are not just coming down. Some things should resist. It's not only a coming down action. That's for beginners. They want to see if they touch the floor. But you cannot touch the floor anyway. So it's not only coming down action. Now, spinal muscles down. Spinal muscles down. Only spinal muscles. Then, after spinal muscles are done, not down, take the top arms toward the head side. Top arms toward the head side, but shoulders up. So you must control the back of the shoulder. The back portion of the shoulder. עמית תקרב את כפות הידיים אחת אל השנייה. את המפרקים של כף היד. לא את כפות הידיים, את המפרקים של כף היד, תקרב אחד אל השנייה. Okay, inhale and come up. Take two blocks. Now, ladies in period, you can go back to your Parashvotanasana, Prasarita Padottanasana action, but no Paschimanamascar. נפל, אם את רוצה לתרגל פאשימנמסקר, תתרגלי בעמידה. בפרשבוטנסנה, לא בפאשימנמסקר, כי הידיים צריכות להיות על הרצפה והבטן רכה. התפקיד של הידיים בפרשבוטנסנה הוא לשמור את הבטן רכה. בפאשימנמסקר, בפרשבוטנסנה. Okay, you're going to turn the palm that way. So fingers to the center of the room. And you are going to come up and press the wrists to the ground. Press the wrists to the ground. שימי אולי בין אולי תעברי אחד שלא תהיי מראים. אולי זה לא מפריע לך, לי אני לא יכולה לסבול שהרגליים שלי נוגעות בחבלים. כי אנחנו עושים עד עמוק עברי חסן. Okay, so turn it out. Nails, tip of the fingers are pointing to the center of the room. So it's a reverse stance. And then come. Exhale and come. No. Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. And push the shoulder blades away from the wall. Shoulder blades toward the knees. So if you're leading with the head, you must move forward. Okay, if you come down, do Upavadanguliyasana, Uttanasana. So if you're coming down, interlock the fingers, Uttanasana, Paschima Badanguliyasana in Uttanasana. לא, את לא עובדת על החלק האחורי של השכמה יפעת. תתחילי עם הידיים לכיוון הישמע. הידיים לכיוון הישמע. זה התחושה של הרמה. זה החלק האחורי של הכתפיים. עכשיו תרדי מעמוד השדרה. לא מהחלק האחורי של הכתפיים. עמוד השדרה. ואז את לוקחת את הזרועות לכיוון הראש, בלי לוותר על החלק האחורי של הכתפיים. So work on the back portion of the shoulders. Second time, if you finish, you can go full Shirshasana. Good, Louisa. Shirshasana. מסתובב. כן, אבל זה באמת יופי של עבודה בשביל המרפקים. אוקיי? If you finish Shirshasana. Ladies in the period, do Viparita Dandasana with chair or with a box, whatever, but feet up. If you are doing with a chair, you have to lift your feet almost at the line of the pelvis. Shirshasana. So in Shirshasana, lift from the back portion of the shoulder as you experienced it in reverse hands. in Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. So that part should be nicely lifted. And press the forearm till the wrists and puff the armpits. Keep the thighs parallel and stretch the calf muscles to the heel. So to check the parallelity of your legs, you have to check it from the thigh muscles. Stretch the legs and lift the buttocks up. And once the buttocks are up, when you stretch the leg, you have to feel that you are also lifting the inner space of the lower abdomen. The inner space of the lower abdomen. It should not collapse. But first the buttocks. Buttocks come first. מאיה, את לא רוצה לעשות שרשסנה? תעשי, כל התנוחות שהראש סטבילי הן טובות. So first it should be the buttocks to lift. But once the buttocks are up, lift the legs, and with the legs, the inner space of the abdomen should also feel that inner lift. Imagine that you have that block between your heels. So you're not moving the heels in, out. איתו רגל ימין שלך, כן, תרחיק את העקב. Actually, it can be a good exploration to put the heel, the block to the heels, as you did in Paripurna Navasana, Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. And it's safe because you have that belt around. No, not now. You can try at home. So you're holding, you are arresting the heels for the rest of the body to work up. Under the flesh of the thighs, feel the bones and ask yourself if the bones of the thighs are parallel. They should be parallel. תוריד את הבוין הזאת. תוריד את הבוין. אתה לא צריך לדחוף את הבוין הגדולה לכיוון התקרה. צריכה להימתח קדימה, שתיהן. שתיהן עולות למעלה ושאר האצבעות לא. תוריד אותן. ומתיחה את קדימה, לא למעלה, של הבוין עצמו. Another pulley in our body is from the calcaneus to the big toe. That pulley allows us to separate the toe and to lift the toe toward ourselves when we are standing, for example. שוב חזרת להרים את הבעונות לתקרה. Lift the shoulders and come down. Uttanasana. Spread your legs and take the palms to the sides. Spread the palms to the sides. Sure. Straighten the elbows and move the deltoid muscles away from the ears to the sides. Anytime you can, take the arms even more to the sides. Spread the shoulders, shoulder blades, as much as possible. Now open the back. Very good. Now slowly inhale and come up. And we are going to the wall now. So just put a block between your palms and the wall, a little spread. Okay, like this. Okay, we are going to do Parashvashirshasana with the buttocks to the wall. So Parashvashirshasana with the buttocks to the wall. So I leave some space for the buttock to move, and we are going to lift. I'm turning to the right side. So the right side has to lift and then turn, lift and then turn, lift and then turn. Okay. Then the other side. So we need the wall. Well, the wall is for the left side to touch and to feel first that lift and then turn, lift and then turn, lift and then turn. Okay, let's do. Parashvashirshasana. So just separate, the knuckles will touch the block. It shouldn't be too much, yeah? Maybe I felt it's a little bit too much. So if you are short, if you don't have more buttocks than me, you can put it on the side. And come up. A little bit to lean toward the wall is good.
הידיים תפסו את הבלוק, נועה?
לא, לא, לא. המפרקים של האצבעות. לא, הידיים לא תפסו את הבלוק. הם לא תפסו. זה האצבעות משולבות רגיל, כמו שירשסנה, והמפרקים של האצבעות נוגעים בבלוק. הבלוק. מקסימלי מחוש. Okay, the moment you are there, prepare to turn to the right side. So first, lift the right side and turn. You should rub the wall with the right pelvis and feel how much you are moving the armpits to turn. Armpits. So armpits should be very flexible and turn. עמית, אתה צריך לגעת בקיר, לא לברוח מהקיר. להתארך כשאתה נוגע בקיר, ואז לסובב את בתי השכם. So indeed, the right arm is a hub. You have to lift it. Okay, don't lean toward the right side. Lean toward the left side, but stretch up the right side. Lift. And then see how many parts in your back are moving to turn. So the right side of the pelvis should move back, not only up. Yes. Push it back. And then come to the center. Lift the shoulders and turn to the other side. First center. Then lift the left side. It should touch the wall. You have to touch the wall. Don't move away. Left side of the pelvis is touching. Left side of the pelvis is lifting. Left side of the pelvis is moving back. And then again. Okay, touching, lifting, then moving back. So how strong you have to be with the right arm? It should be hard. Lift it up. Don't turn from the arm. Nothing. We're turning from the right arm. Turn from the right armpit. Left. Don't lift. Don't move back. Lift. Sorry. Okay. Lift the arm. It's the hub. And עכשיו תגידי מה האדם בקיא. עוד, האדם בקיא. האדם בקיא. Okay, then hands up. Uttanasana. Thumbs up. Uttanasana. Ladies and parents, still stay in Viparita Dandasana. Okay, look. Now we're going to do Parivrita Ekpada. Parivrita Ekpada. Shirshasana. Okay, so same method. You're coming up. Okay. Now we are going to turn to the right and take the right pelvis and right leg back. So left is not moving much. Okay, but you have to lift the right arm and take that right leg back. Okay. Back, back, back. Okay, right leg should move down and then come to the center. היא רק צריכה לאזן. The top leg, now it's my right, is not the one who is acting. The act should be at the back of the leg, but the right leg should balance you, just to lift the spine. But the left leg is the one which comes down. Okay? אני חושבת שלא העזתי בראשון מספיק. Okay? Okay. Let's see. So you're turning to the right side and the right leg should act. But keep that pelvis in touch with the wall. Don't move the pelvis away. Lift the top arm. Right leg back. Left leg only slightly forward, just to lift the spine. But right leg has to move down. A pelvis נוגע בכי. Touch the wall with the pelvis. Good. So how much you have to make your armpits flexible to turn. Flexible. You are not turning from the armpits, but the armpits should allow your head to turn. ברגל הימנית לחור. שהרגל הזאת לא נוגעת בכי. הרגל העליונה לא נוגעת בכי. רגל ימין נוגעת בכי. And then come to the center. And change. Okay, first turn the pelvis. You have to feel right side of the left side of the pelvis should touch. Okay? Then start to take the left leg back and down. Armpits forward, especially the right armpit, and lift the left arm. The arm is the hub of the pose. The left arm is the hub, you have to lift it. And then arm to the center. Also, Baddha Konasana, touch the leg wall with the pelvis and feet on the wall. Touch the wall with the pelvis, with the buttocks, and feet on the wall. So bring the feet lower as possible. Knees to the side. Don't move the feet, but take the pelvis forward. Straighten the legs, lift the shoulders, and come down. So straighten the legs for the shoulders to be lifted, and then only come down. מה תעשי אננטסנה, כשאת תומכת את הצד של את הראש. בפתיחה באננטסנה את תומכת כל פעם את הצד של הראש, נכון? זה מה שתעשי. אננטסנה במרכז, את יכולה להשאיר את הרגל כפופה, לא חשוב אם תיישרי אותה או לא, מה שחשוב זה התמיכה של הראש. Okay. What's next? Gomukhasana. Gomukhasana. Sit in Gomukhasana. So you start from a Vajrasana. Vajrasana, and the left knee behind the right knee. Sit on the left heel, but as you are sitting, take the right buttock bone towards the left heel. So the right buttock bone is moving towards the left heel. If finally you are sitting with the mouth on the left heel, it's fine. But if you can move more, sit with the right buttock bone on the heel. Right buttock bone on the heel. Now take the right palm behind, between the shoulder blades, and hold with the left. The ladies in period, you can do that in Virasana or in Vajrasana. Don't do Gomukhasana. Okay, no Gomukhasana, legs for period. But arms, why not? And lift the sternum up. Press the right knee down, lift the sternum up. And release. Change. From Vajrasana, left knee behind, the right knee behind the left, and sit on the right heel. So take the left buttock, close to the left, okay?
Close to the right.
Right. אז אני כמוכם, משהו לא בסדר. So you feel the compactness of the pelvis. Work on that compactness. And then palms, arms, elbows, shoulders. So easily, at least the right side of the chest, top chest, is lifted nicely. So lift the left as you are lifting the right. So top chest is moving away from the bottom chest. Then lift the bottom chest away from the upper abdomen. Lift the spine there for the upper abdomen to move up. And press the left knee. Press the left knee. And release. Stretch the legs forward. שובר. התמיכה של הראש. לא זה. אוקיי, אז רק תשכבי על הצד. אולי תביאי להרבה בולסטרים לראש. רק להרים את הראש. Okay. Now take the left leg back and sit on the toes. We do Ardha Matsyasana 1. Turn. And sit with the left buttock, right buttock on the right heel. Bring the foot close as possible to the knee. Okay, and turn. We have to turn to the right. Left leg was the first one to go behind, not to right, and then turn to the right. Turn from your back. It's a good way to feel the back. We do too much with the front of the body, but now we have to do with the back and change. Sorry, for menstruating ladies, do Marichiasana 1. Okay, change. Sit. So you can do any pose which is not pressing the abdomen. Other side. So here you are. Okay, וגם אולי בין הרגליים. עוד כמה רסטים. So turn not from the abdomen, because you are arresting the abdomen. So turn from the back. It's a good pose to learn, because you can't turn from the הרגל התחתונה גם ישרה, לא מתחת, בין הבולסטרים. יופי, זאת אומרת הבולסטרים בין הרגליים. יופי, בדיוק. אוקיי, שימי לה עוד בלוק מתחת לעקב, אז הרגל ישרה. So turn the back. Work from the back. מתחת לעקב, בדיוק. הרגל ישרה. Okay, and then come to the center. So that pose is arresting the abdomen. But first we have to lift as we did. So take the blanket now. So you should feel yourself. You should feel yourself from inside. Usually we are more into the front of the body. Okay, we look at the mirror. We are in love with the mirror. We look at the front of the body. But we have to put the mirror behind us. Okay, you should not identify yourself with the front of the body, because this is what you are looking at. You are seeing at the mirror. No. Okay, the mirror should be inside. The mirror should be big. So to do that, now again, left side, left leg, foot under, and sit on the blanket. It shouldn't be too much, but it should allow you to create space at the lower abdomen. Now you should not disturb that space. Top chest, bottom chest, upper abdomen, they all have to move by an order, not to press the lower abdomen. And then try to hold the toe. So you're holding the toe, and then turn. And change. So the challenge is, because you cannot move from the front part, move from the back part. Try to move from your... זה מגיע? לא. אז בינתיים תסתובבי בצד שני. תישארי הרבה זמן. בסדר? צד שני. So for menstruating ladies, the abdomen is free, of course. Okay, we purposely free the abdomen. We do only twist that the abdomen is free. But still you can imagine how is it to move from your back. So lift, top chest away from the bottom chest away from the top abdomen away from the lower abdomen, and then move from the back. Move from the back. Okay, so you have to turn. It's a twisting action, but turn from the back. Exhale and come down. Stretch the legs. Ardha Matsyendrasana 2. Bend the right leg to Padmasana. Right leg to Padmasana. And you have to lean on that outer thigh. You have to learn really to lean on the outer thigh. Even swing to the side. But that outer bone line should touch the floor. Touch the floor. So naturally you are turning toward the left side. To begin with, turn the back. Free the abdominal organs. Ladies in period, you can do that. Okay, you can do that in Ardha Padmasana. Ardha Padmasana. Ardha Padma Paschimottanasana. Okay. Now you're going to hold the shin with the left hand. Hold the shin with the left hand. If you cannot, the left hand. Hold the shin, hold the right shin with the left hand. So if you cannot reach, use a belt. But come through the waist and hold the shin. Now don't twist, just come forward and hold the outer foot. So make it like a forward bend. Don't twist, come forward, come forward, come forward, come forward. Now when you feel that right thigh super heavy to the floor, then turn. So first come forward and then turn. Come forward and then turn. Forward and turn. Now inhale and come up. So you're challenging because it's easy to sit up and turn. But when you come forward, you are heavier on the femur bone, and then you challenge yourself to turn. Change. So left leg in Padmasana. Left leg in Padmasana and turn without holding. Just turn yourself to the right leg and let the outer femur bone touch the floor. Be heavy on the floor. Almost roll toward the right side. Be light at the left side. And then hold with the right hand, hold the left chin. Catch the outer right foot and pull yourself forward. So it's pulling the shin, resting heavily on the outer thigh, and first pull yourself to the right leg. Stretch the spinal muscles and then turn. First, stretch the spinal muscles and then turn. Right shoulder away from the ear. Like in Paschimottanasana. Okay, stretch your legs. Stretch your legs. Again, Uttanasana. So let's repeat that Uttanasana from the beginning of the class. So first take the shoulders back, even lift yourself. Lift yourself to be sure that you're coming down from the spinal muscles. So it's shoulders against spinal muscles. Shoulders to the palm, spinal muscles down. Shoulders to the palm, spinal muscles down. Now pull yourself up. And once more, sit for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right leg in Padmasana. Okay, hold. The right chin, hold. And come to the outer thigh. Now, shoulders away from the ears, but pull the spinal muscles. Come forward with the spinal muscles. And then turn. First forward with the spinal muscles, and then turn. Now inhale and change. So you see the similarity to Uttanasana with Paschimottanasana? You have to work with the shoulders against the spinal muscles. תעשי כפיפות קדימה, וכל פעם תשימי צד אחד של הראש. עם הגבהה, תתחילי מהפשוט ביותר, מפאשימנון, ככה, כמו שאת, מיוגה מודרה בסוקאסנה, קחי לך הרבה גובה. לא, יש לה מספיק בולסטרים, זה סבבה. יופי, וכל פעם את מניחה צד אחד. אוקיי? צד אחד. יכולה להשאיר את הידיים למעלה, ולהיות כדאי. צריכה להחזיר את הקריסטלים חזרה לממברנה. אוקיי, other side. Okay, so hold the shin bone and hold the outer foot, outer right foot, and pull yourself forward. Muscles should move forward, especially the right side of the spine. Forward, 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 and then turn. Okay, now come up. So that outer thigh should rest on the floor. You should not keep the thigh up. You can lift the bucket, no problem. No problem. Now sit on a hayat. Not too much. The height is for your thighs, not for your battlecon. So battlecon should be almost back. So you must learn to press the thighs. Thighs down. Come forward, hold the toes. Hold the toes. Lift the chest up. Again, top chest away from the bottom chest. That should be like a formula. Top chest away from the bottom chest. And bottom chest feel freedom. Freedom. Now the bottom chest itself has to lift and bring the freedom to the upper abdomen. Upper abdomen. Now the upper abdomen has to lift and give freedom to the lower abdomen. Lower abdomen. Lift, head back. Head back and make the thighs so heavy. Press the thighs down. Down. The more you are pressing the thighs, the more the spine can be lifted. And bend the right leg. Now we are going to do a Karna Dhanurasana. Bend and lift the foot. First lift the foot. First stage. Just lift the foot. Okay, second stage, you have to turn the spinal muscles and pull with the elbow so that foot will reach the ear. Right foot should reach the ear. Head up. Right foot to the ear. Lift the outer right knee away from the buttock. Away from the buttock. And then come back. Akarna Dhanurasana. Sit and press the thigh. So you must connect that lift of the heavy load to the spinal action. Hold. Okay, and then lift the top chest, lift the bottom chest, lift the top abdomen. Now the lower abdomen should feel free. Head back. Now exhale, סליחה, בנות במחזור, ופבישטה קונאסנה, אתם יכולות לעשות את השלב של פאשימוטנסנה, ואחר כך ופבישטה קונאסנה. Now all of you just lift the hip. Hold nicely and lift the hip. Okay? Not yet going to the ear, just lift the hip and feel the work at the back of the thigh. Now bring the heel to the ear. Connect the spinal muscles action. Stretch them forward and turn to bring the foot close to the ear. The foot close to the ear. And come back. So the moment you want to take the foot to the ear, you must connect it to the action of the spine. Okay? Once more. Hold. Okay, lift. Top chest. Then bottom chest, then top abdomen. Feel the freedom in the lower abdomen. Nothing should disturb. ראש אחורה, head back. ראש אחורה. Take the head back as much as possible, head back. Now exhale and just lift the foot. Lift. Now use the spinal muscle to pull the foot in line with the ear. Pull the foot in line with the ear. And then straighten the leg. Straighten the leg. And come to the center. Sit straight. Again, hold the toes. Hold the toes. Lift the top chest. Bottom chest. Top abdomen. Then the lower abdomen should feel absolutely free. And bend. Lift, first lift, just bend. From the heel to the toe, lift. זאת הגלגלת שדיברתי עליה. Now, with the spinal muscles action, pull the foot to your ear and then straighten the leg up. And then down. Spread your legs to Upavishta Konasana. As much as you can. As much as you can. Spread, turn, and come to the right side. So again, turn the spinal muscles, and then grip the foot, bend the elbows, and pull the spine on the right leg. Pull the spine on the right leg. Not just the left side, right, as well as the left side on the right leg. Straighten the elbows, lift the head, come up, and change the side. So turn, catch the right foot, grip. It should be a grip. And bend the elbows, pull the left side of the spine as you are pulling the right side. Both of them should move toward the feet. Inhale and come up. Come to the center. So the legs are stable. The change creator is the way you are gripping the foot. If you are gripping the foot and doing this with the foot, I mean the inner foot is moving towards you, you will stretch only one side. For example, if I'm coming to my right side. So to pull, coming to the left side, sorry. So to pull the right side, this leg should be stable. But the way I'm gripping is to stretch the left side, my right side, as I'm stretching the left side, and not only one side, because this is parivrita. Okay, do once more. Do once more. Stretch the legs. So think from your spine. Now turn to the right side, come forward, and hold. So legs are absolutely stable. You should not move the top thigh, but the way you are gripping the foot, the way you are gripping the foot is for your spine to move correctly. You have to move the left side of your spine, not only the right side. Pull, head down. Now inhale and come up and turn to the other side. Grips. The key point is how are you gripping your foot. Grip the foot in such a way that the right side of the spine can stretch with the left side, not after the left side. Now inhale and come to the center. Catch the big toes. Now see what happened to the shoulders. Spread the shoulders. Show front shoulders to the sides. Even bend the elbows. Bend the elbows. Lift the head up. Don't throw the head. Lift the head. Head back. Head back. Head should think it's a back bend action. Head back. Head back. And come forward from the empty space of the lower abdomen. That empty space has to be the starter to move forward and down, forward and down, forward and down, forward and down. So the motivation is not at the head. If you're easily coming down, catch the outer feet and press the top thighs down. Once you have pressed the top thighs down, you can stretch the arms forward. No need for the arms. Stretch the arms forward. but thighs should be pressed down. Slowly inhale and come up. Bring the feet together for Baddha Konasana to take the fatigue of the thighs away. And prepare for something before Salamba Sarvangasana. Take the block. Even menstruating ladies can do that. You will put the block widthwise for the spine, for the sacrum. So you can keep your direction. I'm just moving because of the camera. So the block should be widthwise. Okay, and you are going to stretch the left leg. With the stretch of the left leg, feel that you are pulling the hip sockets over the block to lift the chest up, and then stretch the right leg. So with that buttocks, you should be over toward the leg side, but lift the whole spine up. So press the right hip socket to the block strongly. More than the left side, the right side of the hip socket should be pressed down. Lift the chest, lift the spine. Okay. Now, change. Okay, put the left leg into the belt, but take the left leg again down and stretch the right leg with no belt. So you have the belt for the bottom leg now. Hold it, stretch the elbows, shoulders away from the ears. Shoulders away from the ears, because the foot of the left side, the left foot, is pulling, and lift the chest up. Chest is going up with the right leg. And then change. Okay, now keep that belt on the left leg. Stretch the right leg down. Right is the bottom leg. This is the regular way we do. Stretch the left leg up to the belt and press the left hip socket strongly to the block. Stretch the right leg. Don't compromise. First, stretch the back of the right leg and then lift the chest. Compromising is not a development process. You should not compromise. You should work with the right leg, so the right leg is dictating how much you have to lift the chest up. Now take the right leg down with the belt and left leg up without the belt. A belt. No, so, yeah. You have to change. You did that action before. So right leg down, put the belt for the right leg, and keep the left leg up with no belt. Independent. But use that belt. Hold that belt close as possible to the right foot to roll the shoulders back. You are helping the chest process with the belt. כן? את יכולה לעשות, זה התנסות, לא יקרה כלום. את יכולה לעשות, אמרתי. וגם בנות במחזור יכולות לעשות. Okay, and change. And change. Last time. So put the belt on the right foot and stretch the right foot up. Left leg down. Lift the chest. המרחיקים ישרים. את both, בשני המקרים, both cases, elbows should be stretched, lifted. that right foot down, left leg up, and stretch the left leg without the belt, but use that belt for the shoulders now. רגל ימין למטה ורגל שמאל למטה. אוקיי, שמאל למטה עם רצועה וימין למעלה בלי רצועה. שמאל למטה עם רצועה, left leg down, hold, shoulders back, אפילו עוד, תחזיקי הרבה יותר קרוב לכף הרגל. Surprise yourself how close you can move with your hands to the foot and stretch the leg. Then change. So fast, stretch the right leg, stretch the left leg. So left leg has the belt, right leg should move, chest up, and then change. Now, the bottom leg will have the belt. The bottom leg, the right leg will have the belt, and the left leg independently will lift up. And use the belt for the shoulders movement. Prepare yourself to Salama Sarvangasana, which will be the next. Okay, now change. So it is almost Situbanda Sarvangasana or Salamba Sarvangasana. Now you all do Salamba Sarvangasana. Even without the belt, just come up to any Salamba Sarvangasana you wish. Okay, תקשרי את הראש מתחת לסוס. For as mentioned, ladies, Situbanda Sarvangasana. תקחי בחשבון שהסחרות זה אתגר, זה לא משהו שיישאר איתך, וכדי לשנות אותו צריכה לסובב את הראש ולהשאיר כל פעם בתוך. יש קריסטלים שיושבים על הממברנה, ולפעמים הם נתקים ומטרידים, הם לא מתרחקים יותר מדי, צריך פשוט להחזיר אותם לממברנה. אז תשימי לך בולסטר. לך יותר קרוב לתפוס, תקליט טיפות רגליים, ובאנקנסנה כנגד הסוס, ואת פשוט תולה את הראש. Salamba Sarvangasana. So remember how the shoulders were pulled. Try to work without the belt, just from the shoulders. If you can take off the belt in Halasana, why not? But work from the shoulders, not from the elbows and the belt. You have that idea. Imagine that you have that belt to your feet, like in the previous. asana. So shoulders back, תנסי בלי הרצועה, מירב. תורידי את הרצועה. תנסי לדמיין שאת מושכת את הכתפיים עם רצועה שמחוברת לרגל, למשל, כמו קודם.
זה טוב הדמיון הזה.
מה?
הדמיון הזה טוב הדמיון.
כן, כאילו אתם מותחים את הכתפיים אחורה. The first Adho Mukha Svanasana, we aligned the bottom thigh with the ankle. Now you should align the bottom thigh with the buttocks, meaning that the buttocks will move toward your face and bottom thigh toward the elbow. Only bottom thigh. Don't bend the knees, stretch the back, the calf muscles away from the knee and just take the bottom thigh bone toward the elbow. One by one, take the legs down to Halasana. To soften the neck, bend the knees towards the forehead. It's not a classical Kanapidasana, but just to bring the body weight to the neck and to release, to soften the neck. You can release the arms. Release the arms to the side, just for the neck. The address is the neck area. Make it soft. So no more than the forehead, not lower than the forehead. Now spread the legs to Supta Konasana, but don't take the load away from the neck. Same load on the neck. Don't have to hold, just spread your legs. You don't have to hold, just spread your legs. But keep the load above your neck. Surrender with your neck. Don't try to push that load from the neck. But the neck should accept the load. So you supply now blood to the cerebellum, to the part of the brain which is close to the spine at the neck. Now bring the legs together and slowly come down. Support the buttocks. And rest. That's it for today. today. Thank you very much. You can rest at home. You can rest even here. If you have some time, you can stay and rest. No hurry. At home, you can rest as well. Or at the studios, חיפה ושל ניצן.
תודה רבה. תודה.
שמחה.
ביי.
ביי ביי.